So the skill trees. In Yucky's mod, this is a very, very key area. One of my first things I found is how good these skill trees are compared to vanilla. They're very unique, and pretty much every single thing has been changed and tweaked to his own vision. And there's quite a lot to go through here. So I'm going to start off with Grimgore and move across all three, the other three as well. So you might want to get a cup of coffee or your favourite beverage as we set her in. So we've got Route Marcher, and we'll start from the bottom. Strict training regime, reinforce the ranks. So these are campaign buffs, much like the bottom tree in your vanilla section. But as you can see, it's tweaked quite a lot. So you got recruit the follower, and you get an option to choose. I think that's when it's in the campaign, you get to choose one of the from the several followers. Moving on. Now usually, some of these will lock one of them out. So if you choose one, you can't choose the other, and that's the same with all these trees. Just bear that in mind. So construction time and research rate, very good. Recruit follower, again you choose from some followers. Lightning strikes, an expert forager. The Warg path, fightiness. Cunning and scout ahead. So all very powerful mechanics down there. And as vanilla, you only get one skill point per level, so just bear that in mind. And as this is much more complicated than the usual one, just be aware. So, middle tree, inspiring presence. So these are all campaign, this is your army, or his particular army, Grimgore's particular army. And as you can see from that, there's more detail than you even think. So, I'll quickly explain that. So, melee attack, that's the green one is the basic. So plus 10 for all stabber, sticker, chopper and sneaky infantry. And then when they get to rank 4 above, they get weapon strength boosted up to. As they get more experience, they get better weapons. And then you get moderate fatigue resistance for all stabber and units, etc. Rank 7 above. So that just basically means as they level, and if you put any skill point into this tree, they get better and better as they get up the ranks. And as you can see, there's a lot of this. Like you've got passive ability at the maximum level, stubborn. So all these are the sneaky infantry. So this is the goblin section. Now we've got the more orc ones, I believe. Sword, axe, and great axe. Yeah. Actually, that probably caters to those as well. Medium and harder. And again, I'm pretty sure these are particular ones. You can only have a particular section per level. So just bear that in mind. So when you've clicked on one, just see if it locks out anything else. And remember, you can always undo that button. So take special care when doing things with Yuckies. So where were we? Resilience. So this is about the missile infantry, cavalry chariots. People movement speed. I personally take resilience, but because you got more ammunition, especially towards the end. Offensive. Defensive. Yet some use. More as we keep going. Replenishment for all war beasts, monsters and gigantic spiders. Oh, very good stuff. And finally, more fodder. So as you can see, it is much more detailed than the standard vanilla, and I have no idea how long it took Yucky to test all this out. He must have had a couple of people testing for him, because this must have cost a lot of time just to do the programming of this bit. Never mind actually testing it all. So moving onwards, scrapping the ads. So this is the Ord's army. So you got some recruitment bonus or from the front. Now I'm pretty sure I remember this will lock one of them out. If you choose one, you can't choose the other. I'm pretty sure it's the same as the bottom trees. I think for these, you can only choose one or the other. So one of that and one of that for each particular type. So these are all based around the groups. So missiles, etc., etc. Cavalry, chariots. I'm sure you follow now. So we've got hatred. Weird shrooms. Very nice. So that's to him only. And Grimgore's orders. Moving on, imposing presence. So this is just boosting his own abilities. That's more a campaign thing. And fightiness. Next, so there's Black Orcs, Rack and Ball. So you might want to go into this part because he should have Black Orcs at all times, and he's got the Mortals by standard. Boozer, Juggernaut, and Tyrus. Borgits. Moving on. arrogance. So just so think about how you're building your armies at all times, and then think about which ones you should go into. Because if you go into arrogance and have no boars, you're wasting a skill point. So always be aware, and it's vital for a Yucky's Overhaul to tailor your Yord, or be legendary Yord, or just normal Yord, because the Yords are all the same thing. They've all got these particular skill trees. So always be aware, keep an eye on what units are in, and make sure you've got the skill trees to buff them up as well, because that'll be a waste if you don't. Right, and finally, this is one of my favourite ones. This gradually increases the size of Gringor. It becomes a large target. And as you can see, to the left, he just gets bigger and better, as that says. He's just a monster at that point, with a huge health pool. Which is very fitting for Grimgor, because as you may not know, greenskins never stop growing. The only way they can stop growing is when they die, basically. So, and Grimgor being one of the biggest ever, this will keep. That's very fanatic for his type of character. His weapons, so he still gets Git Snick, read it there, and he got the Blood Forged armor as well. Get Dute. So that's got 3 levels. Most of these only got 1 level, but some of them got 2, like that one and that one. Just to be aware. And then you can see which one. So this is quite an interesting side of it. You can actually focus this army, Grimgor, on a particular faction. So you got Chaos, you got Men, Dwarves, and Isman, giving them interesting buffs for just that particular when fighting those factions. So again, it's the same for your Lords. So be careful, be aware that you want to set up each army in a particular way, and it has for your customization. If you remember, before this was called Yucky's Overhaul, it's called Choice and Consequences. And as you can see from the skill tree, that's where that name came from. And finally, so if you're trying to get the greenskin armies together, that's when you want to go down to, or maybe you want to go off against the undead armies. And they asked Warg. Army ability, map wide, plus 25% charge bonus. A wonderful ability. So, there we go, and that is Gringor's skill tree. So here we are with Azeg the Sorcerer, and the main thing you might see straight away is there's no casting tree. So you got Purple Son of Zeus, etc, etc. Not there. The reason for this, Azeg has all the spells straight from the start. So it's completely set up already. All the magic for your death. Now the reason for this is pretty much that every Edgy Order who has a caster in Yucky's Overhaul has this from the start. So you name a caster, so Tekra say, he'll have all the abilities straight from the beginning. It's a bit of a feature of his Yucky's Overhaul. So that being said, that is why he's not there. And we've just been looking at Gringor, and his tree is exactly the same as this, the bottom 2, identical. Just all the usual things, so I don't want to go too much into that. So let's go into here. So Wild Abandon, Troll Kick. So to get to, he's got a bit more focus on trolls and beasts in general. So you got some nice damage there. Dark Nimbus, passive ability regeneration, so that's for him. And some more Winds of Magic, very handy. And not orky enough. I like some of the names of these, they're very funny. Same vision, so you got hero capacity, +1 for shamans. So as I remember before in my campaign overhaul, there's a capacity for all type of magic user, and this is another way to increase your capacity. Bruiser and Juggernaut. And actually, going back to that, hero rank +3 levels at the start, especially with this type of skill tree, should not be taken lightly. Beauty of Madness. Knows how to speak proper, so you got diplomatic relations. That's very nice when you're trying to merge everything together. He adds favourites. Unit recruitment capacity +3, it's really powerful. Get on with it. So that's just a nice speed and massive charge bonus. That's really nice. Great ability that is. So, onto this. Also, just while I think about while we get into the caster tree, by default, Azeg, because he's got Your of Death and his shiny helmet, he can summon zombies. So That is a definite plus for Azag. Evil Towers, something you can raise, so yep, something is definitely a thing for him. 300 power, increases your recharge rate again. Magic is very different in this mod for Yucky. So more abilities to choose your magic, more power. So you have a separate power, that's really powerful. I did not know, I haven't got to rank 22 on this, so that's very impressive. Arcane Mastery. So greatly increased recharge rate. And Secrets on the Gash, what's this? Ah, actual Vortex. Very powerful indeed. He'd be a casting monster, to be fair. Crown of Sorcery, so that is Arcane Knowledge of Azag. So that's the other, I guess we're going to begin at 8. So nice abilities there. His armour, his slashes for when you actually want to get in combat. He's not bad in combat, but any stretch of imagination for caster, because well, he is still an orc. Get dude. And as before, for that skill tree, you can still get all the, so you can still tier his army to attack against certain enemies. And you got the Warg at the end with 3 levels. And you got Skullmuncher, his favourite of Ivan. And as you can see from the stats to the left, that really buffs him up to quite a scary person. We've got magic as well. So, and that's a quick look at Azag's skill tree. So here we are with Scar6's skill tree, and as before, bottom 2 trees are identical to the others. So let's go straight into the more interesting things. So, physical resistance for goblins and night goblins, and just as in vanilla, until you get Karak 8 peaks, you can only have goblins. So with that in mind, we can do some It's a Trap, Artillery Enthusiast, Goblin Greed, Make Examples, Special Poison, Agonizing Poison, that sounds interesting. Don't Make Me Come Back, so a nice bit of Obedience. And Obedience is kind of key in the key for Greenskins and, well, most factions. Nice bit of Research Rate, and War Cry. Very nice. So nice bonus abilities. So yeah, all of these type of things with Yucky's skill trees. The goblins are coming, so you got a nice bit of armor damage, armor piercing damage. I'd say that. Some buffs to his own ability. Gobbler is hungry. Yep, Gobbler is always hungry. Setting the example. Stubborn all squig units get stubborn or kill from distance. So a nice bit of that missile damage for the greenskins. Spirit of the Bad Moon, so that is a nice buff. Expert Charge Defense, really powerful ability, so make sure he's in range of your first line and just press that, and the Expert Charge Defense will kick in, and no damage taken on the charge. Perfect. And then we've got some more abilities, and King of 8 Peaks, can't speak at the moment. And finally, not before finally, so we got Road to 8 Peaks, to Karak 8 Peaks, so that's from the start, so that increases movement range 15%, get there quicker. So I add a bit more damage to his army. Nice bit of ambush chance, and some unit experience plus 100, very nice. And he's got his Prodder, as before, and that shoots shrapnel on that impact, that's very nice. Get dude, more raiding, and as before, you can make your army Pacific against a particular faction, and Warg. So, an interesting little skill tree, mainly focused on goblins for obvious reasons. And finally, we come to Wurzag. And as before, and as with Azag, his magic tree is completely sorted. So he has all the Foot of Gorks, Headbutts, you can see there's some bonus things for here, upgraded bonuses. So you don't have to worry about the Warg magic. It's already done for you. So let's get straight into the actual skill tree. So we've got Fightiness, Savage Riders, and as you might have guessed, being a Savage Orc and being the leader of the Savage Orcs, his abilities are concentrated on the Savage Orc units. Shooty gets the winners, so more buffs for the magic attacks. Actually, speaking of magic attacks, I believe one of these, yeah, there you go, enables magic attacks, which is very powerful. Or you can have magic resistance. You're doing bad hands, so +2 capacity, +2 recruitment, very good. So that's skill tree. So Arcane Master, so this is just going to boost his magical abilities. Bruiser, Juggernaut, well, that just boosts his magic. Then he got something to boost his own personal abilities. Rhythmic chanting. Dance of Madness. He does like his dancing. Oh, Effigy of the Git. Nice freezing spell. Arcane Mastery. So just it'll boost to his actual magic. True Prophet. So that'll really help when he confederate people. Or you can have increases battle strength, battle weapon strength by massive amounts. And as you can see, 80-80 to 12-30, but decreases immediate defense. So a true Savage Orc there. At the top here, we've got the Baleful Mask. A nice Vindictive Glare ability. Squiggly Beast. Plus capacity for Shamans, and heal rank plus 5 for Shamans. That's a very powerful ability. That's worth getting at level 13. Bonewood Staff at level 18. Nice passive abilities. Get Dilute. Income raiding. As again, all the Pacific ones. Finally got Warg. And then I got Spreen Ripper, who I believe, yep, he's his own personal boar mount. So there we go. And that's the arse of the skill trees. I'll just quickly say thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.